Hey, just checking to see if we're live. There's quite a delay. Ooh, are we live? Hey, hey, hey. Let me know if you can see me. I am just double checking, making sure I can see the comments. We are live. Hey, I am Denny Van here, and I help you accelerate your personal and spiritual growth. And today we are on session 5 of the Transformation Lab. And if you haven't already, be sure to take a look at the first 4 videos, because today we're going to be talking about results and any questions and answers, and maybe even go through a demonstration, especially if you come on live and you participate live. We can start working on it. If not, I can start telling you about the changes that have been happening since we've been introducing this work. So getting right into it, be sure that you download your copy of the workbook. We will give you information how to do that in the very first video, but if you haven't yet, we will be leaving a link for that. And we're going to be going over session 5 results. And so what we're doing is we're coming full circle, because now we go back to the results that we wrote down on the first day on where we were in those 4 areas of your life: your connection to your mind, body, breath, and spirit. And so today we're going to be ending this with taking a snapshot of where you are after learning about, in session 2, how slide creation and plate activation, how this can begin to completely transform the material world, because in metaphysics we see this 5th-century world as already done, and trying to change this 5th-century world is kind of like changing the image you see in a mirror. So what you have to do is come and start here first. Start with your wholeness, bring this mind and heart into coherence, and learn how to use this to your advantage and create the reality you want. Then on day 3, we talked about what your most precious gift is. And if you can tell me in the comments right now while we're live what your most precious gift is, then you get a free bonus. So definitely tell me if you already know in the comments what your most precious gift is, and discovering what this is, because marketing knows it. There's a whole field out there where it's their job to get your most precious gift off your purpose and off what you're here to do onto something else. So we learn how to get very selfish with this and learn how to understand, like we learned on day 4, how you are 2 parts which create a whole. And this is shown in us being human beings, right? We've got 2 names for what we are. The human part is this material flesh that's here in the material world, if you will. But there's a larger part. There's the genie part to you. And we're learning how to shift into this. And now we're talking, on day 4, we started talking about how being the genie in the bottle, how you are your own healing team. And we talked a little bit about how the process transformation method goes directly to the subconscious part and can see the entire playing field, and how it does healing within that, and this movement that happens within and starts to heal. So as you come on, if you know the answer to what your most precious gift is, let me know in the comments while we're live, and you have a special treat, okay? But we're gonna get on to repeating now on day 1 and going back and answering those questions. And where are you now compared to where you were on day 1? So take a moment to come in, sit down, and connect. So on the pain scale of 1 to 10, where are you with these questions? Number 1, I find it easy to have a calm mind. I find it easy to have a calm mind. Where are you on the pain scale? So just check in, write down the number. Number 2, I am able to calm my feelings of anxiety. Check in, where are you right now? Don't think about your answers before. Don't even look at your answers before. Where are you right now? And this is after already going through sessions 1 through 4, because today is session 5. Number 3, I'm focused and I'm able to keep distractions to a minimum. After learning what your most precious gift is, where are you now with this number 3? I am focused and able to keep distractions to a minimum. Where are you on the pain scale of 1 to 10? And number 4, my body is fit and fabulous. Where are you on the pain scale of 1 to 10? Number 1, yeah, got it. This is my meat suit. It's here. It's here temporarily. I'm just going to make the best of it. Or 10, oh my gosh, give me a new body now. So where are you? Where are you on the pain scale? Number 5, my breath is slow, deep, and calm. And remember, we're writing in our answers on the column because we're going to add them up. Then we're going to go back to day 1 and we're going to compare that difference. And that difference is your transformation. So again, number 5, my breath is slow, deep, and calm. Number 6, I am committed to my meditation practice. And you got to commit to you first. And if you're not committed to you, you have no business going into a committed relationship. You got to commit to you first. I am committed to my meditation practice. Number 7, I am connected to my source, or whatever you want to call it, God, Jesus, Buddha, whatever. I am connected to this larger unseen part of you. I like to call it source or Albert, whatever you call it. It doesn't care. Number 8, I sense right away when my intuition is speaking. And so maybe after day 1, maybe you weren't even connected to your intuition at all. And now you understand how bringing the heart and mind in unity and creating that space of coherence. Yeah, making decisions from this space. And you know right away when your intuition is saying, go this way, go that way. Yeah, very good. So now total those up. And now go back to day 1. And I have to tell you, this is the 3rd time we're offering this. And we've had so many life-changing experiences from people who participate in this. And we have students from all over the world, over 4,000 students on Udemy. And then we have a Facebook group that has almost 1,000 students in it. So I invite you to join our Facebook group if you want to do more of this work. But the process transformation method itself, I'm going to look back at session 4, where it talks more about yesterday when we were talking about you are the genie and the bottle. This process transformation method is a self-directed healing. And so if anybody is coming on live and they want to do some work right now, I will tell you, anywhere you are, where your current reality is in your desired reality, if you're more than a 5, let's demonstrate this work. Let's do this work and begin teaching the subconscious how to reprogram, let go of the emotional responses so that these parts don't come up and begin to take over your personality. So what we're doing during this process transformation method is teaching the subconscious how to do this work. And what's happening is the subconscious can see both what you're focused in on, what you're consciously aware of, and it sees the connection to everything that is running unconsciously in the background. And you give the command for the subconscious to rewrite all of the programs and letting go of the reactions, but keeping the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and integrating that into your healing team. Now, this is powerful. We just had a group call this morning where people have gone from an 8 in having such anxiety about speaking in front of anyone. And we discovered that it was this person's second language and there were issues there that were coming up in healing. This person went from an 8 to a 4 to a 1 with this issue in speaking in front of other people in less than 15 minutes. So what happens is we go through this process and I use a pendulum to communicate with the unconscious. So if you're on right now and you'd like to do some healing work, we can do some healing work on where you are right now in your current reality. Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you meeting your goals? Are you fulfilling your desires? Are you manifesting what it is you want? Where are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And if you're more than a 5, let's do some work. And so this is when we begin to do the work with the unconscious. And we have all these parts have to first agree to be integrated into the healing team. And we already talked about what your healing team consists of. So now you have this healing team all ready to go. And if you're above a 5 where you are right now in your current reality compared to where you want to be, and you're a 5 or above, so let's talk to the subconscious and say, subconscious, gather all of the entangled connections to all of the programming running in the unconscious. Now that we're focused on it in the conscious awareness, we're looking at how we're not there yet. We're not getting the things we need. And we're more than a 5. We may even be a 7 or higher. And so subconscious, find all of the connections to this, gather them together and do a massive rewrite of these programs, releasing the reactions, the emotional responses, the triggers, releasing that to the ocean and allowing the wisdom, understanding, and knowledge to be integrated with the healing team. And so just allow yourself to sit with this and allow it to process. And so what's happening with the pendulum is it's telling me it's processing. And I communicate with the pendulum, and we go more into detail in our group on how the pendulum just shows me what's happening with the energy. It's just a tool. So the pendulum is showing me that there's still some processing going on. And so it doesn't matter if you watch this now or if you watch it later, the work is happening. This is the beauty of this. And you only need to focus in on the pain number. Where are you on the scale of 1 to 10? And just focusing your attention on the pain of it allows the subconscious to see all of the holes or the parts light up in the unconscious, and the subconscious is able to gather those and do a massive rewrite of these programs, releasing the attached energy to it that brings up those reactions, responses, triggers, releasing those to the ocean. Because when a drop of water goes into the ocean, it's less intensified. And then keeping the knowledge, wisdom, and other understanding of these parts, keeping this and integrating this within the entire healing team. So when it stops, it tells me it's done. Very good. Very good. So I want to open myself up so that I can answer any of your questions. And I know many of you might be watching this at a later time. This 5-day series is brought to you by The Stage, and we are a group of coaches who want to empower other women. And that's what this group is all about. In this entire series, if you go through each day one by one, you will pick up a model or a framework where you can begin to understand, first of all, where your core is, where your center is, and then how to move through life and discovering your purpose. And with this, bringing the mind and heart into unity and creating this beautiful healing space of coherence. And so this space, I've had some questions. All right, what should this coherence feel like? This coherence feels like now, first of all, I come from a Christian background. So it feels like what Jesus said when he said, the kingdom of the heavens is within. So if you listen to what he was saying and experience it yourself, meaning the kingdom of the heavens within, that means there's this inner space, this inner experience that is so massive, so beautiful, unlimited, compared to our 5 sensory world, which is very limited, constantly changing and moving. And it itself, this whole experience, really belongs to time and space. And this is the smaller part of us. So if we can begin to make this shift, this is where the magic happens. So I want to invite you to join us. We do a weekly, every Sunday right now at 10 a.m. Chicago time. We do a weekly healing doing this work where we talk to the subconscious and we go through the steps and you begin to learn how to anchor yourself in this work. And I'd like to invite you to join us for this weekly healing where massive changes happen. All right, so I'm just going to check in to see if there are any questions at all. Very good. I do not see any questions. Hopefully, let me just check in here. Hey, ladies, I want to thank the stage for allowing me this opportunity to do this work with you. And again, I'm Denny Van. I do have a #1 best-selling Amazon Kindle called The Secret to Spiritual Awakening is Not Religious, It's Physics. So if you'd like a link to a copy of that, let me know. And I also want to thank the stage for this wonderful opportunity to share this. This is a masterclass if you go through it and begin to create this framework. And just from this information, can create some life-changing manifestations in your life. And you can bring your current reality and your desired reality, you bring that closer to you and you allow yourself to open up to receive. Because sometimes these unconscious parts that wake up in the most opportune time, sometimes these things are needing to be integrated. And so this is an opportunity to create that inner space. And I like to call this inner space that you're creating, this kingdom of the heavens within. As you create this inner space, I like to call it a vital nutrient. This inner space, treat this inner space like you would a vital nutrient. You need it to live. And so as you start to quiet the mind and come into the space, bring the mind and heart in unity, that coherence, that feeling of openness and centeredness, allow yourself to experience that 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. Okay, so with that said, I invite you to do your homework. We are here for any questions that you may have. And I'd like to know what your takeaway from this series was. What value did you get? Maybe even what would you like to see more of? And so we want to tailor this for you so that you can experience some of these amazing shifts. All right, so with that said, thank you for being on this journey with me. Blessings. Mm-hmm.